affirmations. I've got some knitting here that I'll be working on as we go through them. So I invite you to settle in and get comfy as we work on feeling a little bit better. I want to start by taking a step back and letting you know what my inspiration and guidance was for making this video. Until earlier this year, I was working in a public-facing, public service job for several years. And while working with the public can be a very rewarding experience, it can also be incredibly challenging, especially over the last 3 years with everything that's been going on. Everyone needs support right now, and a lot of that need for support has been shouldered by service workers in one way or another. What do I mean by service workers? Well, in my mind, that's anyone who deals with members of the public on a regular basis. So, retail workers, hospitality workers, social workers, and public servants, to name a few broad categories. If you are currently working in a public serving job like that, then this video was made for you, my friend. While working my previous job, I was always on the lookout for an ASMR video for people who work with the public. I found a few really good affirmation videos, but I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. So I really wanted to create something that might be of comfort for someone who is struggling the way I struggled with my job's impact on my mental health. If nothing else, I want this video to be a reminder that you aren't alone. While I made this video specifically with my fellow service workers in mind, a lot of the issues I'm going to talk about aren't exclusive to people who work with the public. So hopefully you can find some comfort here, even if you've never worked a job like that. I also want to be very clear that I am not a mental health professional. These affirmations are just taken from my own experiences, so think of this as a talk with a friend who's trying to help you feel better by sharing some thoughts and experiences from their own life. Whatever brought you to this video, I'm so glad you're here, and I hope I can help you find a little peace and comfort. Let's get into it. This first one is a big one. Your value is not based on your performance. The very nature of service jobs is obviously to provide a service for people. Your work performance is based on how effectively and efficiently you provide people with that service. And if it's important to you that you do well at your job, you're naturally going to make providing that service a top priority. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do a good job. That's great. But when you spend so much time focusing on providing a service, when the majority of your interactions throughout the day are with people who see you as a service-providing entity, it can be really easy to feel like that's all you are. So then, if you have a bad day at work, you make a mistake, situation with us. They can get angry when we don't understand what they want or we don't know how to help them right away, and that can make them lash out. It's so hard not to take that personally when someone is shouting at you or even just seems angry or irritated with you. But it's important to remember that in situations like that, where someone is starting out their interaction with you so full of rage, it's really not about you at all. It's not your fault. You don't deserve to be on the receiving end of their abuse. Sometimes people's mistreatment isn't so aggressive. Sometimes people can be demeaning or act like they're entitled to ask you to do anything for them, and that's just not true in any job. Their dissatisfaction is not a reflection of you, and honestly not even necessarily a reflection of your work, which are two very different things, by the way. And that brings us to the next affirmation. You are more than your job. It is wonderful and amazing if you are one of those people who make money doing what you love. That's a beautiful thing. It is very much okay to get a sense of fulfillment from your work and a sense of purpose. Honestly, that's great. If you're living that reality, congratulations. Teach me your ways. Anyway, even if that is you, it's still important to remember that your life outside of your job, your existence as a person outside of the function you serve when you work, is still a really crucial part of who you are. This kind of goes back to what I was talking about before with your value as a person not being based on your work performance. If you feel like you are your job, and if you feel like your whole life is just your job, then if you work in a service industry, you're basically believing that you exist only to serve other people. And that mindset can be really problematic, whether you enjoy your job or not. You will run into trouble if you're only living your life for other people. You need to make sure you're living your life for you, too. Human beings have a lot of different parts of themselves, different facets of their lives. Even if you feel like you're not interesting, like you don't have any hobbies or anything, I assure you, you are a complex, interesting person. Even if you come home or clock out exhausted from work every day and just zone out until your next shift, you are a whole person with your own thoughts and feelings and dreams. And all of that is way more than any job could ever encompass. Of course, work is still a big part of our lives, so it's important to remember this next affirmation too. You do good work. Sometimes it feels like the work you do doesn't matter, and that can be really painful when your work is what you spend most of your waking hours focused on. This feeling can pop up regardless of what kind of work you do. I've felt it when my job involved putting books on a shelf for hours, and I've felt that way when my job involved Googling mental health support hotlines while I was on the phone with someone who felt like they were out of always be people in distress. Maybe you feel like the work you do brings more harm than good to the world. It's hard to address those feelings in a compelling way without knowing what specific job you have, but what I can say across the board is that I'm willing to bet you do good work every time you show up for your job. I'm not saying that every single thing you do at work is perfect, or that you should walk away from every day being like, yeah, I really crushed it today. What I am saying is that every day or every shift you work, you do something worthwhile for someone. That could be stocking a shelf so someone can more easily find the food they need to make dinner that night. Or it could be showing a stranger the first act of kindness they've experienced all day. Or maybe you showed up and made a coworker's shift a little easier just by being around. Dedicating your time to doing what you do makes someone's life a little bit easier. If absolutely nothing else, showing up to work means you get paid for your time there, and that money supports you. So, if nothing else, you're showing up for yourself, and that's a big deal, because you matter. And if you disagree with that, then this next one is for you. You are enough, just as you are right now. It's okay to want to make changes in your life. It's okay to want to work on yourself. It's okay to want to improve your skills. That's all awesome. But being where you are right now doesn't make you any less of a person. Wherever you are right now, you are worthy of love and compassion, and you are worthy of respect. Self-improvement is great, and I think it's a big part of living a fulfilling life. However, it's easy to feel like there's this ideal person that you want to be, and that you aren't really you yet until you succeed in achieving that ideal. But you already are you. That sounds a bit obvious, but you already mean something right now. We're all works in progress. There's always going to be something we can work on, and we'll always have flaws. And that is okay. And just as we humans aren't perfect, neither is the world. So, it's important to keep this next affirmation in mind. Your feelings are valid, and your feelings matter. No one is happy all the time. We all have times when we feel stressed or frustrated or unmotivated or just plain sad. This can happen often at work. Of course, it's incredibly important to do your best to contribute to a healthy workplace environment and not make things toxic. But there's a difference between letting your emotions spiral out of control into bad actions and acknowledging that your negative feelings are based on something real. It's easy to tell ourselves that we're being silly or unreasonable for feeling hurt, sad, or angry about something. But if you're feeling strongly about something, that feeling is rooted in something real. It's important to honor and acknowledge your feelings without letting those feelings carry you into unhelpful actions. difficult one for me. I'm a pretty empathetic person, so when I'm dealing with someone in distress, it often feels like I have one of two choices. I can either fully immerse myself in the experience of this person who's pouring their life story out to me and feel their pain with them, or I can arm myself with disinterest and even anger, telling myself it's their own fault that they're in this situation, and filling myself with resentment towards them for trying to make their issues my problem. But that's just not true. There's a middle ground to be found. You can acknowledge and understand others' pain without taking it on yourself. I'll be honest, I don't really know how to do that consistently yet, but I do believe that you can be committed to helping someone to the reasonable best of your ability without needing to agonize over their situation. You owe it to yourself and to others to protect yourself. Making everyone's pain your own is a recipe for burnout. And here's another pro tip for avoiding burnout. It's okay to need help. It can be really hard to ask other people for help or to even admit that you need help. You may feel like it's a sign of weakness, but it's really not. We're stronger when we work together on things. So whether it's asking someone for help with a task, or help with solving a problem, or even help with improving your mental health, asking for help makes you stronger. This next one is another difficult concept for some of us. It's okay to put yourself first. Service work by nature can be very self-sacrificing. You are routinely working to ensure other people's lives are made better. While that's a beautiful thing to do, it can also be easy to forget your own needs when you're working. Yes, maybe you could finish that task if you skipped your lunch break. Maybe you could take one more call before clocking out. Maybe you could squeeze in one more appointment to help just one more person. But that doesn't mean you should. If you are relentlessly pushing yourself to go all out for the people you're trying to help, you're going to burn yourself out eventually. Sometimes making things easier on yourself by offloading things or limiting the number of hours you work can feel like you're slacking off or making things more difficult for your coworkers or your clients or customers. In the short term, yeah, maybe so. But we are responsible for taking care of ourselves. I perpetually struggle with burnout, and I get tired of people reminding me of the put your own oxygen mask on first metaphor, but it's true. Making things easier for yourself at work doesn't make you a slacker. It makes your work more sustainable. I think it's also important to acknowledge that this is true to some extent on a societal scale as well. We are living through a really challenging episode of history right now, and I know I often feel at sea with everything that's happening, and I suspect you probably do too. These last 3 years have definitely been a really difficult time to work with the public. We've had a front row seat to the anxiety crises coming to a head, it's easy to feel like you need to dedicate all your time and energy to trying to fix the world before you can focus on yourself. Of course, it's important to step up for others and for yourself in fighting for the changes that you want to see in the world. But that doesn't mean that you need to put your own life on hold until every battle to make the world a better place is won. The struggle to improve the world is eternal, so we can't wait until the world is perfect to start focusing on living the best life we can live in the world we have right now. You owe it to yourself to do that. If you take away only one affirmation from this video, let it be this next one. You are important. People tend to view and interact with service workers solely in terms of the function or service that we provide. While there isn't necessarily anything wrong with that, when people routinely treat you like a service-providing machine, you can start to feel a bit robotic, kind of like an NPC in a video game or an extra in a movie. And on top of that, everything that's going on in the world right now just feels so much bigger than us sometimes. It's easy to feel small and insignificant, but each and every one of us matters. You matter. You are important, even when you don't feel like you're making a big difference in the world. You being alive is part of what makes the world what it is right now. In all its ridiculous chaos and uncertainty, in all its beauty and surprises, you have already made an impact on the world, whether you believe it or not, and you will continue to do so. This last one's a simple one, but I hope you'll hear me out on it. It's going to be okay. I'll be honest, I always used to hate when people would say this to me, especially if I felt like they weren't familiar with what was going on with my life in that moment. It can definitely come off as dismissive in some contexts, but even though I don't know what your situation is right now, I still know that it's going to be okay. Even if you aren't okay right now, there will come a time, maybe by the end of this video, or maybe not until tomorrow or next week. There will come a time when things won't feel as dire as they used to. Our lives are made up of ebbs and flows, of good and bad, highs and lows. Sometimes when you get into a slump, it can feel like you'll be there forever, but you won't. The darkness doesn't last forever. It's going to be okay. You are going to be okay. Alright. Now, just to really bring the point home on these affirmations, I'm going to go through them again simply one by one. Your value is not based on your performance. Your value is not based on your performance. The way other people treat you does not define you. The way other people treat you does not define you. yourself, friend.